Okay, so this is the optional art project for 4.1, and it's pretty easy to do. So I'm just going to do it really quickly, and I want you to do it really quickly too, and then upload your finished artwork to the gallery and get your handy 5 bonus points. So I have a piece of black construction paper. I have a pencil or chunk of charcoal and my eraser, and I have my oil pastels. Now, Edio asks you to use your chalk pastels, but I don't like to use them, so I'm not going to use them. So if you want to, you can also work on white construction paper and use marker. You can work on your mixed media pad and work with watercolors or any other material you want. You do not have to use the art materials that are outlined in Edio. I want you to be happy with your art materials and have fun doing this. So I am going to be using a picture of David Bowie that as my main influence. So I'll just show you really quickly the image that I'm using. Yeah, so here's the image, and I'm gonna be basically looking at this picture the whole time that I'm drawing. All right, so you know that's what's happening. So I'm gonna go back to my workspace. So the first thing that Modigliani did with the Expressionists was, he made these long heads, right? So I'm gonna make it, you can see that pretty good. I'm gonna make David Bowie's head really long, but I'm gonna give him all of his trademark um high cheekbones and that kind of thing. Now, so there is the shape of his head that I'm going to use. You can just do a simple oval, the way that they kind of outline it in Edio, and I'm going to give him a really long neck. So here's his neck, and then I'm just going to have kind of like his elongated shoulders go off the page, kind of like that. Now I'm going to put on his ears. So his ears kind of stick out a little bit. So I'm going to make them stick out a little bit. This one doesn't stick out quite as much. So there's the two ears. And then his awesome hair. Um, that is Ziggy Stardust. And I'm just going to make it kind of like a little bit spiky, just give it some kind of shape and texture to it by making the lines just a little bit squiggly. And then, there's this kind of like shape that sticks out from the sides like this. And and then Modigliani would always use really small mouth. So I'm just gonna give Bowie really small mouth, smaller than what he would normally have, right? And then a little tiny nose. Here's my trick for drawing noses. Noses are 3 circles. So one circle is kind of like the tip of the nose, and then the other circles are the nostrils. So I'm just gonna put them down like this. I don't know if you can see that too well. Yep. And then you can just draw the nostrils by going around those circles, kind of like that. Let me bring this closer so you can see kind of what I did. So it's kind of like 3 circles. I'm going to do it again up here and then I'll erase it. So first there's a second nose, 3 circles, and then I just kind of draw an M around those circles. So kind of like, kind of like that. And then you have kind of like the shape of the nose. I'm going to erase that because I don't want a nose right in the middle of the paper. All right. Now, Modigliani would have kind of like this line that was like the eyebrow. that kind of like came down into into the nose, right? So just this one line that attaches everything. And then the slit like eyes, kind of like drawing almonds. So I'm just gonna do them really generic like that. And then, Bowie was really kind of like known for having his pupils. So I'm gonna put those in. And now I'm gonna just start to add color to this and yeah, and fix it up so it looks like David Bowie Modigliani. So I'm just gonna add color really quickly. I'm gonna add orange into the hair. I'm just gonna really go quickly, and I hope that you work really quickly too, because this is, an optional artwork. And even though I want you to have a lot of fun with this, I also don't want you to spend a whole lot of time on it. Okay, so there's the hair, and I can kind of come and use my yellow pastel and put like a little hint of highlight in there. Um, because I like to do that, and even though that's not really like a Modigliani thing, um, I can't, you gotta be your own artist. So there you go. All right, now I'm just gonna use this. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is put the lightning bolt over his face. So let me do that now. So I'm just gonna do this really simply because it's abstract and I don't want it to really take up too much like this. Okay, now I'm just gonna make this red. Let me grab my red pastel, and I'm just gonna fill that in. I think this is gonna turn out better than the one I did last year, which is in the gallery. Okay, so there is my abstracted David Bowie, and now I'm just gonna fill the rest in with some kind of face colored. Make sure I get the eyes. Don't want to draw over the eyes. I'm just going to put in some face tones. Kind of looks like Frankenstein. I'm going to go back into this and fix it up afterwards, after I get a lot of it in. But I want you to notice how quickly I'm working, and I want you to work quickly as well, because I think that a lot of times what happens when you do work quickly is you do things that you're not conscious about, and it turns out really, really nice. And I'm going to try to blend all this in. This, the oil pastels don't really blend really well, but you can kind of force them a little bit. And I will go into this and kind of make it look a little bit nicer. I'm going to use my black marker now to go in and just reinforce like the shape of his face, like that. And I think I'm going to put in just a little bit of shadow down under his chin, and I'm going to put back in his nose and his eyes like this. All right, now I'm gonna just put a little bit of white in his mouth to kind of look like teeth, and I'm gonna give him a red mouth, as he would have liked to have had. Now I'm just gonna do the background in blue. If you're really, really into this and you're really having a great time, you can spend a lot more time on this than I am. But I just really want you to experience drawing like Modigliani. If you're not really interested in drawing, you don't have to make it crazy. You can, just have fun with it. I'm just outlining everything with black lines, and I'm going to keep his eyes black like that. And that's it. That is my Modigliani David Bowie. And I will post this on our uh in our gallery as soon as I finish this video. All right, everybody, have fun, enjoy your artwork. That's the most important thing.